Hello. I don't have my colleague next to me. He's in Greece, but we have a presentation, Faculties, and myself, Aysun Akan. Our presentation topic is University Students' Practices of Watching Turkish TV Series. I think it is known to students of media that Turkish TV series has ceased to be a local entertainment format for nearly 20 years. The production of domestic television programs has been enormously grown in the last more than 2 decades actually, and the popularity of Turkish series in the Middle East, in the Balkans, and some former Soviet republics in Asia, and increasingly in Europe, is known to the interested audience. So between 2001 and 2011, a total of 65 Turkish television series have been sold abroad, generating revenues of more than $50 million. In 2012, Turkey has sold 70 soap operas abroad, and as of 2019, more than 150 soap operas being sold to some 146 countries. This is an enormous growth. And there are many opinions and views on the success of Turkish series abroad. Berk, for example, argues that Turkey has successfully dominated global television formats and developed them into a more relatable form. And the Turkish cultural products have constructed their own cultural spaces and now successful not only nationally but regionally and beyond. Most research focus on the Turkish series success in the Middle Eastern countries, and they explain that with the term cultural proximity. And the reason they argue is that they offer some taboo issues. They deal with some taboo issues that for example, Arab television lacks, and this is appealing to a mostly women audience in the Middle Eastern and Arabic countries. And another reason that they talk about is related to that in this Turkish series, a woman is seen emancipated, and this is also appealing to mostly women audience in the Middle East and Arabic countries. While the Turkish series with the content of touching upon, for example, sexual scenes, liberal portrayal of sexuality, and emancipated women and so on, that is attractive for the Middle Eastern audience, Turkish political authorities directly intervened in the content of TV, and those interventions ranges from complaint about revealing clothing of the female artists to interpretation of the Ottoman history and of the historical figures. So based on these complaints, the Turkish Higher Board of Radio and Television, in short RTÜK, find this series on the ground that the shows were threatening the Turkish family values or insulting historical personalities and so on. So as a result of that, self-censorship has emerged as an intended consequence of government intervention. So currently, there is a visible change in the content of Turkish series, and it shows that these interventions have been successful. For example, kissing, revealing clothes, sexual scenes are almost non-existent in the mainstream TV series currently. Despite all these interventions, Turkish TV series are very popular, still very popular. In 2020 and 2021 season, 54 series broadcasted in 7 national channels. According to the latest research, which is dated 2018 by the Radio and Television Supreme Council in Turkey, that the TV series are the second most watched genre after the main news in Turkish television. This means that there is an average of 15 days of viewing per month. This is incredible. So these programs mostly watched by people between the ages 25 and 54. In addition, women prefer watching TV series more than men. And while those with higher education watch less TV series than those with low levels of education. So this research is published in the Rutik page on the internet 2018. What is our research? Our research is based on our observation that there is an undercurrent of change of cultural preferences of youth in relation to TV viewing habits. To prove that observation or research that observation, we surveyed 500 university students on their viewing experience of Turkish TV series, and we wanted to initially find the answers to following questions. If they prefer Turkish series, if the answer is yes, why do they prefer it? If the answer is no, why students do not watch Turkish TV series? What are their reasons? So our initial findings suggest the following. Turkish youth in general resist watching Turkish TV series. The basic criticism they make about the Turkish dramas or Turkish series, that they think that the melodramatic storyline of the Turkish series are dull and ludicrous. They find Turkish series as very conservative, touching upon superficial issues, and they shy away from controversial issues. They also think that there are a lot of unnecessary scenes that makes Turkish series long and boring. They also think that most Turkish series lack imagination. They find the dialogues absurd and in some cases idiotic. They find the production of very poor quality. They find acting in this Turkish series as incompetent, and they think that Turkish series do not appeal to their interests. In general, they describe the Turkish series as flavorless and tasteless. Okay, these are some of the most outstanding descriptions that they have made. Obviously, when we complete our research, we will give more details about their opinions. So, we may conclude that this generation, the university students, was born into a new media environment with highly developed skills in utilizing multimedia environment. We all know that with the advent of the internet media and globalization, there's an increased audience fragmentation as everywhere, as in Turkey, and the fact that TV is generally preferred by older generations. The young generations tend to prefer the internet media for entertainment and for the news. And these trends inevitably influence their cultural practices. Our second leg of research involving Turkish university students' preference of watching foreign series, and we have found very interesting results on that, but this is going to be a topic for another presentation later. Thank you very much.